now comes in that new rose gold color. Basically, this thing looks almost identical to the 5S. It still has the glass on the back, but now it has matte chamfered edges. So it's the most powerful 4-inch iPhone ever. In a move I was very surprised by, Apple stuck the A9 chip inside of it. It was previously rumored that an A8 could make its way in there, but Apple went all out and they put the 6S internals into this smaller iPhone, which will be so good. There is a smaller display, less pixels to push. I bet this thing will outperform a 6S. It's 2 times faster CPU-wise than the 5S, 3 times in terms of GPU. It also has hands-free Siri, just like the 6S. Battery life is fantastic, definitely better by about 25% than the 5S. And in general, Apple really put a lot of effort into this. I was very surprised by that. Getting to the camera, this thing actually got the fully fledged 12 megapixel sensor from the 6S, meaning it now has True Tone flash, 4K video focus pixels, all of it. No optical image stabilization, but hey, for a smaller, cheaper phone, that is fantastic. And thanks to the same sensor, this thing can actually capture 4K and slow motion, so 240 frames per second, and live photos. So live photos are just going to be tap on hold on the display, because it doesn't have 3D touch. Now, getting to wireless, this thing isn't quite as fast as the 6S. It's only capable of 150 megabits download speed. The 6S is capable up to 300. Other than that, it's pretty much, very similar. So there's already a difference in the LTE speeds and not as many bands. This thing also does have Touch ID, of course, but now that Touch ID includes NFC, so you can do Apple Pay. That new NFC chip and secure element has been included, and you can go ahead and buy things with your phone in many different countries. So to sum it all up, this thing is in every right a 6S, just a smaller version of it. The only differences I've seen is basically it's not as fast in LTE capability, doesn't have as many bands, and it doesn't have 3D touch. Now, Apple wasn't clear whether this had Touch ID second generation like the 6S does, but in every other way, it looks like a 6S in a 5S form factor. And the most impressive bit is this thing will start at just $399. That was really impressive. We thought it would start at $550, but $399 is incredible. 16 gigabyte base storage, 64 gigabyte available at $500. So this matches the lineup. Basically, this thing is the most powerful 4-inch phone ever, and it'll begin on March 21st pre-orders. Then it'll ship on March 31st. I'll be sure to cover everything you need to know about it in case you were interested. And that brings us to iOS. Apple talked about iOS briefly, how the latest iOS 9 version was adopted on 80% of their devices versus Android just 2%. Now, iOS 9.3